The issue we're going to be talking about today is collaborative divorce. Now tell me, ladies and gentlemen, how would you like to be involved in a divorce that was not adversarial, less expensive, that at the end of it you didn't hate your spouse and your children came out of it okay? You know, you're probably saying, how is that even possible? You, attorney, who deals with the destruction of families most of the time, talking about a process where we actually might end up okay at the end of it. Well, there is such a process, and that's called collaborative divorce. Now, collaborative divorce is significantly different than your usual track in which you follow a divorce case. And the groundwork for that significant difference lies in its participation agreement. Both attorneys for the man and for the husband and wife, and both parties, the husband and wife, signed this participation agreement. The participation agreement states this: number one, we are going to settle this case. However, if either side defaults on this process and goes and litigates, then the attorneys are fired, they must withdraw, their law firm can't represent anyone, and any experts we have used have to withdraw also, and we can't use them. Now, this creates a significant different dynamic than you see in most cases. Both spouses have invested money in the process and time in the process. They don't want to start over again. And you would change, certainly, the dynamic that the attorneys are going to approach the case with. As attorneys, we are trained to be problem spotters, not necessarily problem solvers. And our default position is, we go to court. Now, unlike you, ladies and gentlemen, who may be viewing this video, we trial attorneys are not uncomfortable about going to court. In fact, we go to court every day. So if I say to my opposing counsel, I'll see you in court, it's not a big deal to me because it's the environment that I'm used to dealing with. That causes us to engage in self-fulfilling prophecies. When we sit down with our clients for mediation and attempt to resolve a case, we often say, well, I think we'll settle the distribution of the assets and liabilities. We should be able to resolve the child issues, but alimony, I'm going to tell you, alimony we are not going to be able to solve, and probably the payment of attorney's fees likewise will result in an impasse. Well, guess what happens? We don't resolve alimony and we don't resolve attorney's fees. Why? Because we know what the default is. In a collaborative divorce, we no longer have that default. We can't go to court. So what do we have to do? We have to solve the problem. So it causes us to act in a different modality than we may ordinarily do so. Now, I'm not saying that divorce attorneys like litigation and divorce attorneys like to string out cases to make money. But clearly here's a process that causes us to try to solve the dynamic, not just list the problems and then say, well, we can't get an agreement right now, we go to court. You usually get divorced only once in your life. And if collaborative divorce is something you think would work for you, then make sure you sit down and consult with and/or retain an experienced collaborative attorney who's also board certified in marital and family law.